Hey everybody, it's Michael here with GoodEreader.com. Today I'm going to teach you how to load Android apps in your Blackberry Z10. This is the latest and greatest smartphone. It has the ability to sideload Android apps. It's not as cut and dry as that. You can't just simply load APKs on here, but you have to first convert APK to bar files. It's a pretty arduous process. We have an app store, apps.goodereader.com. We have roughly about 900 apps that work both on the Playbook and the Z10. And you can get things like Raiden's Skyforce, which we have here. It's a game not normally available on the market, but it is an Android port. So you can see that there. Well, how exactly do we load Android apps on here? Well, we're going to make this as stupid as easy as possible. The first thing that you need to do, and pretty well the only thing you need to do on your smartphone, is go to your settings menu. And you see a lot of options here. Don't be daunted. We're only looking for security and privacy. And then at the bottom it says development mode. Development mode must be on in order to transfer Android apps over. Once Android apps are actually on your unit, you don't necessarily need for it to always be on, but it couldn't hurt either. So it's going to ask you for a password. You could use whatever you want. Just make sure you remember it. It's fairly essential that you do. The next stage of our tutorial involves us plugging in this to the PC via the micro USB cable and then using a program called DDPB. And we'll show you how to download apps from our app store, use DDPB, and copy them to our Blackberry Z10. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, we're back here for part 2 of the video on how to load Android apps in your Blackberry Z10. As you can see here, we're at our app store at apps.goodereader.com. You notice here in the top right and top left we have headings. So this is where you would find all the BB10 and Playbook apps. So these are the various categories we have. If you're, say, looking for audio and video apps, like Skype, VLC Direct, IDB. A lot of these apps, as you can see, are not available in Blackberry World, so they're only exclusively available through us. So let's try taking TED Talks. It's a fairly popular educational app. So as you can see here, there's a download button. It says that this is available in bar format. You do not want to download any files with any other extension other than bar. Bar is Playbook friendly and BB10 friendly. APK is just a native Android file. So we're just going to save that. And while we're doing that, let's get another very popular app or two, just so you can see how easily we can do this. So these are some Android apps, and now we have some Playbook apps here. So what do you say? Maybe Formula One racing for Playbook? Again, it's pretty easy. You can see how many people have downloaded it. Around 18,000. We're going to click download and save. So these by default are saving to my desktop. So it's going to be very easy to copy these to my Z10. So while we were off camera, I plugged my Z10 into my PC via the USB to micro USB. Now, in order to copy apps to your Z10, it's not as easy as just copying them to your device and clicking on them. You instead need a special piece of software. It's right here. It's called Load Android Apps on Playbook and BB10. So to find this, you go to our website, apps.goodereader.com. It's in our entire sidebar here. You see here, Load Android Apps here. You click on that. And we provide many different video tutorials on how to do this with the Playbook. So this is our first video doing it with the Z10. So you want to download this piece of software to your PC. Now, you can see it's a different format than what we've talked about. I've only encouraged you to download bar files. This is an MSI. You can think of this as a self-installing file. It's called DDPB. It's very well respected. So we're going to click on this. And we're going to quickly set it up. It's a fairly small file, so setup should take a few seconds and it's done. In a bit of troubleshooting, if you do have problems installing and running DDPB, make sure that you have the latest edition of Java 32 or Java 64, but Java 32 seems to be the magic number that works. Microsoft.NET is important too, but you can pretty well find all of these things if you frequently run Windows Update. So you can see here's the file that we downloaded. So it's sort of officially installed and stuff now. Now, what do we do next? Well, we have to run this program. So I'm going to go to my desktop here. And I believe it's somewhere here. Here we go. So you can see there's not much happening here. Since our Blackberry Z10 is plugged into our PC, we can press scan. Now this IP number should be the same IP number you saw when you're in security and then in development mode. And what you want to do is enter the exact same password as you used. So if you recall, I used the word look. And I'm going to press connect. Once you see this here, this means it's all good to go. This is version 10, so this is the Blackberry 10 OS. Here's a little indication here, but this is the exact version number, and that's my PIN. So what we need to basically do is click Add, and then find on your computer where you copy those bar files. So you can see I have two here. We have the racing, and then we have the TED Talks. I'm going to select them all because I want to copy more than one. And then I'm going to press install. This process, depending on the size of the app, can take a few minutes, but it's pretty seamless. Some people will try to do this themselves and often run into all sorts of hurdles. Really, honestly, guys, you know, we upload apps professionally on the App Store for a living. We test every single app that we upload. Everything's verified working, and if you decide to sort of start converting apps yourself and in here start seeing like a -1, a -7, all these different error messages in red, it simply means that the app's not meant to run on the playbook. It comes down to a lot of the apps that were programmed in Java or Adobe Air seem to really work on the playbook or the Blackberry Z10. A lot of the native code, things that are done by Rovio, done by Gameloft, they have their own proprietary stuff. So a lot of the times, none of their free content will work. So it's a very hit and miss procedure. But it gives you some status here, lets you know that it's keep on going. We got an OK, so it's now copied over to our phone. And the next one should be copied over to our phone. Once this is both done okay, I can unplug my Blackberry from my PC, and these two games will now be permanently installed on there. One last thing I'd like to say is we do have a Playbook and BB10 client. Now right now you could download apps right to your Playbook, but you can't install them. This is something that we're working on. But if you want to stay up to date on all of our apps, games, new uploads, popular apps, comment with other people, it's a fully fledged Blackberry store. And we honestly think it actually looks better than Blackberry's official app world. So this is what it is, and we've showed you now all the steps involved into copying
bar files and installing them on your Blackberry Z10 using the Goody Reader App Store, using a little piece of software, and setting up your phone into developer's mode. If you have any questions or concerns, or if you're running into any errors, please comment on this video. We're pretty solid at answering any questions. And of course, if you're looking for any Blackberry or Android app, we got a huge store here. I think we have about 17,000 apps and games right now, and growing. So check it out for goodyreader.com. My name is Michael, and everybody take care.